China's Ghost Fleet, the mystery of Zheng He's lost ships. The voyages of Zheng He's treasure fleet are among the most remarkable feats of maritime exploration in history. These expeditions, undertaken in the early 15th century, showcased China's power and wealth to the world. Yet, just as suddenly as they began, the voyages ceased, and the fleet vanished from the pages of history. The abrupt disappearance of Zheng He's armada remains a profound mystery. Why did China, at the height of its naval power, abandon its maritime ambitions? The reasons are complex, shrouded in political intrigue and shifting priorities. The story of Zheng He's lost fleet is a cautionary tale of opportunities lost and the enduring impact of political decisions. It's a story that continues to fascinate and intrigue historians and naval enthusiasts alike. In the early 15th century, Zheng He, a trusted eunuch admiral, commanded a colossal armada. This fleet dwarfed any contemporary European naval force. It was a symbol of China's imperial might. At the heart of this armada were the legendary treasure ships. These were massive vessels, unlike anything the world had ever seen. They were the flagships of Zheng He's expeditions. These treasure ships were truly enormous. Some scholars estimate they were over 400 feet long, with multiple decks and a capacity of hundreds of people. They were floating palaces, designed to impress and intimidate. From 1405 to 1433, Zheng He led 7 epic voyages across the Indian Ocean. These expeditions reached as far as East Africa. They demonstrated China's ambition and reach. These voyages were not merely exploratory. They were carefully orchestrated displays of power. Zheng He's fleet projected China's influence across the known world. They established China as a major player on the global stage. The voyages served to collect tribute from foreign lands. They brought exotic goods and diplomatic envoys back to the Ming court. This reinforced China's image as the center of the world. Zheng He's expeditions also established diplomatic relations with numerous kingdoms and sultanates. These relationships fostered trade and cultural exchange. They expanded China's sphere of influence. These expeditions showcased China's technological prowess. The ships were equipped with advanced navigation tools and shipbuilding techniques. They were a testament to Chinese ingenuity. The voyages also highlighted China's economic strength. The sheer scale of the expeditions demonstrated the empire's vast resources. They showed its ability to project power across vast distances. Despite the success and grandeur of Zheng He's voyages, they came to an abrupt end. After his 7th and final voyage, the fleet was dismantled. China turned its back on maritime exploration. The reasons for this dramatic shift are complex and multifaceted. They involve political infighting, economic considerations, and ideological clashes. The decision to dismantle the fleet had far-reaching consequences. One of the key factors in the fleet's demise was the opposition from Confucian scholar officials. These officials held significant influence in the Ming court. They viewed the voyages with suspicion and disapproval. The Confucian scholars saw the voyages as extravagant and wasteful. They believed that resources should be focused on internal development. They thought that agriculture was more important than maritime pursuits. These officials argued that the voyages diverted resources from essential projects. They believed that funds should be used for irrigation, infrastructure, and defense against land-based threats. They prioritized stability over expansion. The Confucian scholars favored a land-based power structure. They saw maritime expeditions as a potential threat to the established social order. They feared the disruption of traditional hierarchies. They believed that focusing on agriculture and internal affairs would ensure stability and prosperity. They saw the voyages as a distraction from these core principles. Their influence ultimately contributed to the fleet's downfall. Following the dismantling of Zheng He's fleet, the Ming dynasty implemented a sea ban policy. This policy further restricted maritime activity. It had a devastating impact on China's naval capabilities. The sea ban restricted private maritime trade and shipbuilding. It aimed to curb piracy and maintain control over coastal regions. However, it also stifled legitimate economic activity. This policy severely hampered the growth of China's merchant marine. It limited opportunities for trade and exploration. It isolated China from the rest of the world. The sea ban contributed to the decline of China's naval capabilities. Without private shipbuilding and maritime trade, the expertise and infrastructure needed to maintain a strong navy withered away. This decision had long-lasting consequences. The fate of Zheng He's treasure ships is shrouded in mystery. What became of these magnificent vessels after the voyages ended? The answer is not entirely clear. It is likely that some of the ships were dismantled and their materials reused. The timber and other resources would have been valuable for other construction projects. This was a practical way to repurpose the fleet's assets. Some ships may have been lost at sea due to storms or accidents. Others may have been left to rot in harbors, neglected and forgotten. The harsh realities of maritime life could have taken their toll. Unfortunately, there is a lack of definitive archaeological evidence to confirm the exact fate of the treasure ships. The scale of the ships and the passage of time have made it difficult to find conclusive proof. The mystery endures. Even the size of the ships is a subject of debate among historians. While some believe they were truly enormous, others argue that the dimensions have been exaggerated. The lack of physical evidence makes it difficult to settle the matter definitively. The story of Zheng He's fleet is a powerful reminder of the impact of political decisions on the course of history. The abandonment of maritime exploration had profound consequences for China and the world. It is a cautionary tale. The decision to dismantle the fleet and implement the sea ban allowed other nations to dominate the seas. European powers, in particular, seized the opportunity to expand their influence and control trade routes. China missed its chance to become a global maritime power. The mystery of Zheng He's lost ships continues to fascinate and intrigue. It serves as a reminder of the potential that was lost and the enduring legacy of a forgotten fleet. It is a story that deserves to be remembered.